Yo, what up YouTube? Welcome back to the video. Today's video, I'll be showing you guys how to get a 4K badge on Gibraltar. Now, in this video, I do get it in a ranked match, and I farm it towards the end. Towards the end, I farm around 2,000 to 1,000 damage off the very last teams. So, hopefully you guys enjoy the video, and hopefully this helps you guys get a 4K on Gibby. Alright guys, welcome to the video. Now, to start off, pretty much getting 4Ks, just like getting 20 bombs, they just come naturally. It's something you don't really try for. You just start playing and you realize your numbers are going up, like your damage wise, and you realize I can actually start farming some teams to get more damage up and eventually get 4,000 damage. So you want to play a little more differently. My playstyle is normally up front, get in your face with a bubble and, PK you down. A lot of times I will change how I play. I will change my gameplay, or my game style, I should say, and I do long range. So right here I run a Volt G7. And what I strictly do this entire game is I make sure my teammates are covered at all times. I step back while my teammates do all the work, and I'm just putting down a lot of damage, calling out where everybody is.
Oh shit, I fucking fell, bro.
So this is how you kind of want to play sometimes as Gibby. There's a few different play styles, and holding back, setting back, and just unleashing all kinds of fire down, and it works out, honestly. It's not my preferred play style, but it is something I do like doing, because it's fun just setting back and just unloading shots into teams. And this is a ranked match, so I'll be giving some like ranked tips here and there as well, along with the 4,000 damage. Now this is my alt account. I was helping friends get up in rank because I was already master ranked and I couldn't play with them since they're in plat. So I got on my diamond / plat account and helped them out.
Yeah, I had him for 23.
Alright, so to pretty much start off, almost at 500 damage off the first team, which is solid. It goes to show like how like little damage, or not little damage I should say, how much damage you can actually do just off one little fight. I want to say, because that's almost 500 damage, and that's just one team right off the rip, and you only need 4,000 to get the badge. Yeah, so if you think of that way, farming to 4,000 is not as bad as a lot of people think.
Why does this guy have 10 syringes?
So 2 to 4, always with the G7. This is a combo you'll never see me use. You'll never see me run a Volt G7 ever. This is like a rare experience for me. Because I normally just run, like, if I run G7, I normally have a PK right along with it, or an R9. I did not know who to focus, so that was awkward on my part. And again, this goes to show, like, how I'm playing this game. This is how I play the entire time, consistently. I get high ground, and I watch over my teammates, and try to call out everything I possibly can to help them out. Because at the same time, I'm also trying to help rank them up too, so it's best if I stay back anyway, so they can also get some KP and stuff. Right here, about to climb. Climbing! 1 HP. Again, this is the call-outs, this is the damage I'm able to put down on the teams. The missed shots because I'm a bot lord. And right there, if I was trying to go for... If I knew I was going for 4,000, I would try to thirst everybody. So that's one thing you always have to think about whenever you are grinding for damage, is simply trying to thirst everybody as well. Right there was the PK, and I went ahead and pinged it because I knew how I was going to play this game. I wanted to step back and just take a bunch of shots, so I made sure to ping the PK for one of my teammates. As long as someone has a PK, and if you throw a bubble down, you should be solid.
It's kind of selfish.
And Mystic always runs. He doesn't always run PK, I don't think, but he's very familiar with the bubble. Mystic's been watching for many years.
Oh yeah.
And he's also played with me for a good bit too. So Mystic's very familiar with bubble fighting. So as long as someone on your team has a PK, the Gibraltar doesn't have to have a shotgun in his hands. That is not like a thing. I know a lot of people always want to say Gibraltar needs to have the PK, Gibraltar needs a massive. That's not the case. As long as someone on the Gibraltar's team has a shotgun, you're fine. Because when it comes to up close fights, you need that close range on your team. So in this case, if we got in the bubble fight, I'm simply going to just vault him down, hit fire G7, whatever it is, and trying to melee him back for my teammate that has the PK. And right now I have 800 damage, 10 squads left. And at this point, it really doesn't look like a 4K game, honestly. With that little bit, because I didn't really thirst. I didn't get to thirst anybody yet. If I would have thirsted people, I would already had around 1,200 damage. If I would have thirsted.
Well, her bitch ass is locked upstairs because if I don't, I'd have to keep my door shut.
If you hear that in the back, my actual in-game comms.
Oh yeah, they are.
Imagine. I was talking about my kitty cats. My kitty cats cannot be in this room with me. It's not a thing.
So many bots for free.
I don't belong to the enemy, bro. Like, fuck you.
Alright, so already, red Evo, which is huge. Taking some shots. And immediately I just go ahead and back up. There's no reason for me to play close range. I know I want to play back more, and I'm also playing with my teammates. There's no reason to fully ape that team either. As you can see the shots to the right, you always want to think about that. Especially if you're leading your team and IGLing. You always have to be aware of like what could possibly happen. Like if we chase that team down and keep shooting them, we're going to get shot by the team to the right or just fully sent on after the fight's over with. So that's why we're rotating far left.
Yeah, I got 6 syringes in my kit.
And also like a great way to like predict how other teams are going to play is what would you do in that situation yourself. And that's what we do up here. I predict what's going to happen because I would do the same exact play. So it just determines how we're going to rotate. Right here, Mystic's getting absolutely dookied on because Mystic didn't want to follow me because Mystic does Mystic things. So right there, if you guys are like all running the same way, you should be fine. Like Mystic decided to go up the hill. That's why Mystic doesn't have that much health. So you always like whoever's leading, just follow them. That way you don't take that much damage. Because if they're not taking that much damage, more than likely you're not going to take that much damage going that same way. My ult simply to push that team off of height from shooting my teammates so we can easily rotate. That's why I am setting perched right here so they can no longer bully my teammates. Except for the one guy who does. Actually, no. I think he did. I don't know. I think he died to Storm. But Mystic's a bot. So right here, after they get the res, and I notice they're not fighting this direction anymore. I know that they're wrapping around to go to our left side. Up here where the minimap is, they're going to be going this way. They're going to hold that choke. Because that's, if in reality, if I was this team that was right here where we were, I'm going to wrap around and start shooting this way because I know that's where the team wants to wrap around to. Because, you know, they just held us right here. So a safe spot for us to go would be up here, but now they're already waiting up there. So you just have to pretty much predict exactly what the enemy's going to do because of what you would have done. I would have done the exact same thing. I would have stopped shooting right here and just wrapped around and caught them as they're trying to hurry up and get out even more. And we got the rotate for free because of this too. But it's not like this. What I'm doing right now, it's not like necessary really. But you know, if you get 2 shots off someone that's trying to peek down low, it can save your teammates from getting shot more. So this is a good thing to do. And to go ahead and get in circle, this is a must as well. We already know where that team is. We know there's a team down the hill this way as well. So the best thing to do is try not to engage in any of the fights and just keep on moving forward. That way you don't have to worry about getting third partied. So if you struggle with getting third partied, if you already know where the teams are and you take the fight anyway, you pretty much knew the third party was coming. So you just have to try to avoid taking fights. That way you can avoid third parties.
Should I ult up here?
Again, just trying to figure out where every team is absolutely huge.
Right in front of me.
After Wraith's broken, I just want to go ahead and just try to commit to it. Her teammates are holding, and there's also a team to the south over there. And I also thought there's a team up top above my base camp. So it's, again, getting out of fights to avoid third parties is huge. Like if we would have kept going down there to fight that team, if we won against that team, that little building,
There wasn't anybody
we
in
had
that.
2 other teams to worry about that be shooting down at us at the same situation. Or the same spot we just put ourselves in.
Craft already.
Yeah.
There's 2 in the craft. You grab one, I grab the other one.
This is good to do. If you have time to craft, do so. Here comes when you start farming up a little more damage, is when you start holding high ground and stuff.
One med kit, and I'm good. Oh, even better.
I thought circle was coming a little closer. And me heat shooting right here, I'm pretty sure what it causes us to actually start getting focused a little more by teams.
Oh, you fucking asshole.
So
Where?
I didn't need a heat shield. It wasn't necessary at all, and
Outside,
it kind of
looking at us.
made teams look at us.
Whoa, there's another one on the left.
And right here, I'm just automatically getting height. I don't care how much damage it takes. I just know I need to absolutely get height in order for my team to really succeed in this next fight.
It was a fucking hard battle. Good enough,
So, being a Gibby, you can take that damage to get up height, and it's good to hold height and be far range because your arm shield, you can take extra damage, stay out a little bit longer and keep shooting, and it's huge. And as soon as my arm shield gets broken, you see I back up a little bit, it gives me time to reload, and I don't have to worry about selling up.
This 1 HP
That's
right
why it's so good for Gibby to
He's
be
still
shooting
running.
from long range.
I just suck at aiming.
Aim?
Path is dead right here. Got him.
And that's why I'm making those pings, I'm making the call outs, making sure that my teammates as well get points. And again, it's just simple things of just setting up top and just raining down shots.
He's broken behind his tree. Anyone have a nade?
60 on that seer? I don't.
That's
Alto
just
them, just alto.
GG's only. I said go ahead and alto them so they're safe, they're protected. When they push forward, they can always back up if they need
She's right
to.
over here. On my ult. Right behind this rock. She got hit once, twice.
And this is a good thing. Whenever you throw down alt and you're starting to get hits, your teammates can move up because they don't take any damage from it, and it's pretty free.
43.
And again, I'm not pushing down there with them. It's a different kind of play style, and I'm just staying back, just doing damage.
Up here.
And at this point, I'm at 1900 with 6 squads left. So to a lot of people, this doesn't seem really manageable to get a 4K, but I know I can farm a lot of damage off the last few teams. And that's what you just got to do. Right here, I bought it out.
Is it?
But this is why you give the Newcastle the gold knock all the time. Also, a thing I found out,
No.
if you ever have your heat shield in your hand, you tend to dead slide quite a lot. I pulled it out and I couldn't even slide. It slowed me down, so I was on the porch. But perks of having a Newcastle with a gold res, absolutely huge. All you can ask for. Storm doesn't hurt that bad, so I can still make it as I'm sliding down, which is huge.
Shield, but like I shouldn't even
So,
pull it out.
yeah. Always make sure your Newcastle has gold shield or gold res because you're setting pretty. See, look, I'm dead sliding, bro. I dead slided twice right there. I didn't want to do it again.
Yeah, I
So
bind because it would take too long.
I don't want to have a bind because then I can't fucking
again, this is
Just couldn't.
another thing of committing to what your IGL says. Even though we're in plat lobbies, it's nice to go ahead and get familiar with someone leading you at all times, making some good calls, so your team follows, where to rotate.
They got 2
A lot of people, a lot of pros might seem like it's a joke in like plat lobbies and stuff like that, but plat lobbies, as soon as you get out of plat lobbies, you're right into diamond lobbies, and diamond lobbies, you're fighting masters and preds every single time, just because of how the queues are. So you're automatically fighting people that always make call outs, always lead, stuff like that. So it's good to get a habit of listening to someone while you're in plat lobbies. That's the best way to learn. So as soon as you hit plat lobbies, that is the golden opportunity to really get your team together and figure out who wants to lead, who's best at rotating.
I hit my shots, I promise.
Think of it as like whenever someone rats, pretty much, you can see like they rotate like a certain way to avoid different teams. And you just gotta play like that as a whole team sometimes. Just try to avoid different shots or different fights so you can get in the zone faster and safer. This kid absolutely double tap everything out of me right there. That was just huge shots on him.
Oh!
Again, just playing it safe. Huge bat right there. That bat got off right as I stopped taking damage.
We just had to cut left.
Right here, I just said we just have to cut left.
Got
That-
just in time.
Yeah, that mech hit was actually just literally perfect timing. So the team to the right, we
See,
cannot go
almost to the
right.
right, just
We
fucking
can't
go
go up the cut right here because
Keep going left.
this team is holding this spot high ground and the right side over here too. So
Dude, you are fucking. I don't want to climb, bro. That's the last thing I want to do. Trust.
awkward animations in the game when you start randomly climbing.
90. I'm gonna die here though.
And right here, I should have heat shielded. I should have heat shielded a lot sooner so I didn't take any damage at all. I go ahead and heat shield anyway, and I do another dead slide.
Slides. You can pick me up.
So, I don't know what this season is with dead slides, but it's unnecessary. So right here, if you have a Newcastle on your team, make them res no matter what the situation is if they have gold. It's just absolutely free. And then,
Nice.
you know, Volt does Volt things. So now we're at 2,300 damage.
So this asshole.
5 squads left. Absolutely vibing, going towards the last final circles. And honestly,
I'm gonna slow heal this.
when it comes to the final circles, you have to see exactly what's open. And this building was open for some reason, which is absolutely huge.
Guy right there. I'm just going straight to this.
Because
If you go
there's a
straight to
team
get
holding
rooftop,
the building to
you
the
have
right,
vault,
and there's a
you put it
team
up the roof
holding
That's
these
95.
buildings over here. So a team right here and a team right here that's full. So we got this building for free.
Like up top on the roof.
And it's just like a perfect situation when it comes to
Actually,
end zones.
no.
You have people set up, bunkered down, and you get to like a last like circle fight, which is like what you want. And this is where right here is where it starts my reign of farming damage. And this is what you want to do as a Gibby. This is the best thing possible.
It's as good as I could.
Have a lot of ammo, have high ground, and constantly just focus each team. Don't just focus on one. Switch from one to the other and just lay down shots. If they're willing to peek to get their shields up, punish them for it. Because you can stay out a lot longer because your arm shield. We're at 28, so 2,800. This is huge. So again, when it comes down to farming big damage games, it is absolutely necessary to have a long range, a G7, 30-30, or any of the snipers. It's absolutely huge to have that. Now your secondary is up to you. This game, of course, I ran a Volt. I honestly could have ran a PK, and I also just didn't have to run anything else because I was mostly using the G7 this entire game, just raining down shots. And just like that, we're at 3,000 damage.
Not what I meant to do.
And when it comes down to Kings Canyon, a lot of these buildings have like a lot of different like windows or holes you can just shoot through. So take advantage of that.
Is that a solo? No.
That's a trio over there.
So did this.
Already at 3,300. So again, this is what you want to do. This is like, it can be a boring game going all the way up to this moment. You don't think you're going to get a 4K, whatever it is. When it comes to the final fight, do exactly what I'm doing right now. Stay back, constantly just shoot teams. Don't worry about pushing a team for more kills. You guys already sitting pretty, like we already have I have 7 kills, 3 assists, and 2 participation points. Like we're final points, 235 RP. We're like, it's huge. So there's no reason for us to push one team because the other team's just going to third party. And this is how you farm your damage. You always want to farm damage at the very end. It's the best time to actually farm it. GG's right there. I wait to throw all because I don't want to throw it just yet. I want to make sure that there's more over there.
So low.
And we're already at 39, 25 just by me simply just staying back and just shooting everybody. And at this point, I know I have high damage, so I was just thirsty. I wasn't too worried about it. Yeah, just like that. So, when it comes down to it, make sure you're always farming your damage at the very end. Even though you don't think you're going to get it, you might have like 3,000 damage, 2,500 damage. You think it's a long shot, just go ahead and try for it. Just keep peppering down shots. Keep your distance. Make sure your teammates have your back just in case they do try to push. And just farm it up. Right there, I was at 2,500 when I finally got on top of the building. And we farmed all the way to
that's crazy.
4,300.
GG's, brother.
So, again, that was a 16 squad kill game. We got first place. Game took 20 minutes, but again, 4,300 damage. You really can't complain about that. And we started out on top of that building with 2,500. So this goes to show like how much you could actually farm at the very end of the game. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully this helped you out with the 4K. I know it's a little boring toward in the mid, but this is how you get a 4K. It's honestly easy to farm. It does look like it's a milestone to get. It does seem extremely stressful. But it's not like a 20 bomb. 20 bombs, you have to get extremely lucky. 4Ks, you can easily farm that, especially at the very end. That's what people don't really focus on, is when you get to that end game, 1-2 teams left, you can farm a lot of damage off that, just like I did this game. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.